Hello everybody, it's Josie here. I am going to be doing a haul video today. So obviously with the COVID situation, kind of shops and charity shops particularly and thrift stores haven't really been open here and they've only recently opened again. So one of my favourite things is to buy secondhand and to go thrifting. I love kind of digging through the charity shops and seeing what I can find. And you know, I have specific things that I look for and that I go in and I want to get. And it's quite fun kind of rooting around and seeing if you can actually find what you're looking for. What I would say is that normally when I find something, it's because of like repeat visits. Sometimes you'll get lucky or I'll get lucky and I'll go in somewhere and it's just right there and it's exactly what I was looking for. Quite often I have to go 2-3 times and then I'll find what I want. But anyway, I've picked up a few books and also some CDs. Now, I know you're probably thinking digital. I do buy digital music or have digital music, listen to streaming, but I also like CDs. I like physical copies of my music. I am a teen of the 90s where, you know, CDs first became a thing and I love them. I still have a whole stack of them and I really love kind of having the album art, the actual physical, you know, CD music there. And again, nowadays it's quite fun to find those secondhand, and there's a great little like record shop near me that they sell some new music, but they predominantly sell vinyl and secondhand CDs. And although he specializes in kind of classical, he has a great kind of little secondhand section. I always find some really good stuff there, and then also in charity shops, which is really cool. So without further ado, let me talk about the music and the books that I have thrifted. So let's start with the books. The first one I was really excited to find. It's this book over here. Now, this irritates me. There was like a sticker on the front there, and I'm currently in the process of trying to remove this with like oils and all sorts of things. But anyway, this book is called Back in Time to the First Darkness, Vampires. And this is, it says the original stories, and this is a collection of vampire stories, but like sort of, let's say original, going back way when. So this includes Carmilla, which I love. I think I probably have about 3 or 4 different anthologies now that include Carmilla. But it also includes Wake Not the Dead by John Teague. It includes The Vampire by John Polidori. I never say that correctly. Again, I have that in another anthology. The Mysterious Stranger, which is anonymous. Dracula's Guest by Bram Stoker. Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. The Adventures of the Sussex Vampire by Arthur Conan Doyle. The Hauler by Guy de Montparnasse. Now, I've been dying to read that actually. I watched a great video that Legia Resurrected did on Guy de Montparnasse, and she was talking about the Hauler, and I really want to read that. And then The Room in the Tower by E.F. Benson. So it kind of, these are sort of classic vampire stories, and I can't wait to get stuck into these, particularly the Hauler. I think that's going to be the first one I read, but yeah, I love it. And this was literally, I think there's like $1.50 in a charity shop. I couldn't believe it. And then I also found, so all of these books are what I would say Gothic, goth related. It's kind of who I am, it's what I'm into. Then we've got Ghost Hunters. This is by Deborah Blum. This is the Victorians and their hunt for the proof of life after death. And this is the true story of the greatest ghost hunt of any age. And I think this is going to be so good. So I love I love like ghost hunter shows. I love, yeah, I was going to say, I veer between, so I believe in the paranormal to a certain extent, and I've had some of my own experiences that I can't really explain. So I've never seen a ghost, but I've had some experiences. So I love anything kind of ghost huntery. And this sounds like it's going to be awesome, particularly in the Victorian era. Can't wait to read that. Then the next one I picked up, and this is such a gorgeous book. This is Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and this is Marina. And how beautiful is that book. Beautiful hardcover, just everything about this is just lovely. And again, I found this in a charity shop. I think I paid like $1.50 for it. Now this is, they said from the front, a Gothic tale for all ages. And it's set in 1980. So it's, okay, this is about someone who vanishes from a boarding school, and then trying to find the person. So I think Oscar is his name. Yeah, vanishes from boarding school at the age of 15, and Marina is this kind of dark female entity in this book. And I didn't want to read too much about the synopsis because I figure like a mystery, someone disappearing, but it just sounds really good, and it's in Barcelona. That was the other thing. And it says his story begins in the heart of Barcelona, where he meets Marina and her father Germán Blo, a portrait painter, and just all of that just sounded like right up my alley. Painters, I love Barcelona. It's a gorgeous city. A disappearance, a Gothic tale, this mysterious woman of Marina, and yeah, and also this is just, I mean, I probably would have bought this book just for the cover because it's that pretty. And then the last book I found is this one over here, is When Reason Breaks, and this is by Cindy Rodriguez, and this book is about two girls and their friendship, and it says unable are the love to die, for the love is immortal. And so you've got Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth is a goth girl. They say a goth girl with an attitude problem. She must learn to control her anger before it destroys her. And then you've got Emily, a smart, sweet girl with a seemingly happy life. She feels her desperation closing in around her. And then this is basically, they're both in an English class together and they're learning about Emily Dickinson. Again, I love that. I love the literary kind of references in there. And then it says both girls are hovering on the edge of an emotional precipice. Before the school year is over, one of them will attempt suicide. So it's definitely a hard-hitting book, and obviously trigger warning for suicide. But it just sounds like the kind of book that I love. I do veer towards darker fiction. I love anything that sort of has female friendship in it, and kind of I like reading darker tales. And this certainly sounds it, but yeah, I just think it sounded amazing and I can't wait to read that. Then I also picked up, like I said, some music. So that's kind of inspired my look today. So I've kind of gone with a bit of a, I was trying to get my hair's a nightmare. It's growing out, right? But basically, this is kind of a mix between lovely old Nancy from The Craft, who I love, who I will always want to look like. And then, oh, I didn't bring the CD. Oh, and then I got a CD by Susie Sue and the Banshees, who I love. So my makeup's kind of been inspired by Susie Sue. Hang on, I'm gonna go get the CD. I will be right back. Right, I came back. So this is the CD I'm talking about. This is The Rapture by Susie Sue and the Banshees. Like you can see her makeup, so that's kind of the red lips and the really dark eyes and kind of the hair. That was sort of what I was going for, because I love Susie Sue. So yes, I love Susie Sue, and this was a Susie Sue album. And I found it in that lovely secondhand record store and I had to have it. It's, I've listened to it already. I love a lot of the songs on here. I've had to pick a favourite. Oh, I love Stargazer, but I do really, really love this album. Then another album I picked up in that same store, The Pixies. Now, some would argue not necessarily goth, more punk, but I think they're kind of goth adjacent, and I love The Pixies. And how gorgeous is that cover? That is Safarosa, and I think this is what I miss when I buy digital. So I love this. This is gorgeous, and yeah, I just love The Pixies. This has got Where's My Mind on it, so you know, I think that's probably the song that everybody knows, but it's their famous song, and it's really, really good. Then the other one, now I could not believe I found this secondhand. Joy Division's Closer. This I just cannot, like, I literally was like, oh, it's like the holy grail of goth music. So I love Joy Division. I actually once got a great secondhand Joy Division t-shirt that I think I showed in one of my other hauls. And so that was cool, also in a charity shop for like next to nothing. And then I found a copy of Closer. I was so excited. Speaking of tops, this also comes from not in a recent haul, but I've got this from a charity shop, this gorgeous kind of lace singlet, which I just love and I wear to death. I thought I'd wear that because it sort of matches the theme. Then the next one I got is the Cocteau Twins. This is a greatest hits album. I wouldn't necessarily listen to all of their albums back to back, but I do really like their music as background music, particularly when I'm reading. It sounds weird, but it's quite atmospheric and I love that. And yeah, I was quite excited to find that one. Then other music that I listen to, that I tend to put on in the background when I'm reading, because especially with this album, there's not a lot of lyrics. It's The Serpent's Egg by Dead Can Dance. I love Dead Can Dance. They're a Australian goth band, and it's very symphonic and melodic, and it's just really kind of beautiful, atmospheric music. And I've been putting this on actually in the background while I've been reading Queen of the Damned, particularly. It's perfect for that. It's got that beautiful dramatic elements to it that the story has, and I just think it's beautiful. And again, I found this, now I'm pretty sure the same store that I got this from had another Dead Can Dance album, and I'm probably going to go back and treat myself to that one as well, but I sort of had to limit myself because I bought a lot. Then, this is probably going to be controversial because some people will say he's not goth, he isn't necessarily, he's more rock, but I feel like goth adjacent, and I really love Marilyn Manson. So Marilyn Manson, This Is Hollywood. Again, that same store has another Marilyn Manson CD. Actually, I think I've got a couple, so I'll probably go back and get some more. But yes, this is Marilyn Manson Hollywood. I like Marilyn Manson. And then the last one, which I actually found in a charity shop for £1, which I couldn't believe, is this Lacuna Coil, Kamali's album. First of all, really cool cover. I adore Lacuna Coil. See, look, £1. I adore Lacuna Coil. I adore Christina Scabbia, who's the lead singer. I remember discovering them, oh man, I was quite young. I must have been really early teens, pre-teens. And I sort of, 13, no, I might be lying, maybe a bit older, but I was definitely in my teens when I first discovered them, and I love their music. They're an Italian kind of goth rock band. A lot of their particularly earlier songs are in Italian, which I really love. Like, even if you don't understand the lyrics, there's just something powerful about their music. And they definitely veer more towards the kind of rock, but I would definitely put them in a slightly more goth rock scenario, but I just adore them. And this is a great album, and it's actually a double album. It's got 2 CDs on it, which is fantastic. So I was properly happy to find that one. And that's it. That's my haul. Let me know if you found anything cool in the charity shop, if you've read any of these, if you listened to any of the music, have any recommendations. Always up for that. And thank you so much for watching. Keep well and safe, and I will speak to you all again very soon. Bye.